Lazy Susan spin around, topics lifting off the ground. Movies, music, games, and TV. Stay tuned and you will see.
Hello and welcome back to the Lazy Susan, everybody. I know it's been a little bit as far as the podcast talk show of our segment goes, but been trying to keep the ball rolling as far as us being able to put out content out there. Otherwise, with some of our video game streams we've been putting out there. If you guys haven't catched it, but it's something we're doing. We're going to be trying to commit more to putting more content out there for you guys, whether it be part of the podcast or not, just to keep the ball rolling on this channel and all things the Lazy Susan. So this way you guys can get your fill.
That's right.
But today, back episode 38, joined with Derek and Todd. And it's been 2 weeks, so I'm sure we got lots to talk about. We'll be covering not only things that have happened, but like things that we've been doing in these past 2 weeks, and kind of giving everyone the rundown. So without further ado, Todd, I'll let you fill it in. How you been doing? What's new? How's it going?
It's going. Just playing some Days Gone as far as things I'm playing right now. It's a very long game, everyone. It's a very, very long game. I didn't realize that, but I am enjoying it a lot. That's kind of it as far as gaming goes. And then you and I played the split fiction, so
right.
That was pretty good.
Did you guys have fun with that one?
Yeah, that one's
had a blast.
Yeah,
had a blast. Can't wait till we get back into it.
Absolutely.
Cool. We progressed further in Baldur's Gate. If anyone was watching us last night, we did some Baldur's Gate things. We'll be continuing to do that Wednesdays as permitted.
Right, as long as everything's well with everyone involved. Definitely check that out on every Wednesday.
Yeah, we're still in Act 1, so if you're going to join, now's the time to do it.
Honor run as well. So
Honor run, yeah.
It could go wrong.
It almost has a couple times. Yeah.
Other than that, as far as things that I have watched, I don't remember all the stuff that we've talked about on podcasts, so I don't know how far back I've gone. Obviously, I'm watching Breaking Bad. I'm through the first season of that.
Oh,
pretty good. So we'll see where it goes from there.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I was having this conversation with Nick, and I was like, it's good, but right now I think it's far-fetched for it to be the greatest show of all time. But it is good. It is enjoyable. Did I tell you guys I saw one of them days? Did we talk about that on here?
I don't know. What is that?
Keke Palmer and SZA.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. No, how was it? Was it funny?
It was great. It
looks funny.
It's a really fun movie.
Oh, it's a movie. Okay.
Yeah.
I hate SZA's character in it, which is good.
Oh, really?
I mean, she plays it well, but the character that she plays, absolutely hate it.
Got it.
She is the reason for all of the conflict in that movie.
Sure.
Okay.
I always just see the clip of Prosecco and your bitches or whatever she calls it.
Yeah, Prosecco and pals.
Yeah, Prosecco and pals. We're the pals.
Other than that, I don't think I've really watched anything else that I can think of.
Right on.
Yeah. A lot of work. Work sucks, per usual. And yeah, squeezing in Days Gone every little bit that I can. And then Marvel Rivals, obviously, like I jump on and do my dailies just to get my points and whatnot. After we get off tonight, I'll hop on and finish I have one more quest to do, and then I'll have all of the, I don't know what the newest event is, but the board game event, I'll have all of those done.
The clone,
the Galactico one.
Yeah, it's like Clone Rumble.
Yeah. Well, I don't think
Well, it's
that's
part
the,
of it. Yeah.
That's the game
Sorry.
mode they give
You're
you.
right. You're right. Yeah.
But that event, I just have to finish it. So once I do this, I just have to win a couple more quick play games, and we'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Still Celestial, for what it's worth.
I don't think did we ever get to say that here? I don't know if you did or not.
Oh shit! Yeah, I don't know if I got to say that. I got to Celestial in
Huge.
Marvel Rivals, and that's
how
why
high
I
is that?
started
Wait.
Really high, pretty high.
1%. Now
1%.
since I got there, which I'm taking a nice little mental rank mental break. So that's why I chose to play Days Gone, something that's a single player game. I don't have to worry about stupidity in it, just
Sure.
game. I again wasn't expecting it to be this long because I told Adam once I beat Days Gone, I plan on hopping into Monster Hunter. But Days Gone has like how long have I played?
I was just about to ask how many
39 hours in this game.
You've sunk 39 hours into it so far?
Yeah.
Jesus.
GTA 6 will be here before Todd's done with Days Gone.
At this rate. At this rate.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of it. And then as far as music goes, I need to start writing down songs. I told Anne that I need to start writing down songs for you guys because there's so many that I have for you.
You forget them?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But as far as music goes, the only thing that's like new is that I can like think of off the top of my head is that damn Playboy Cardi album. And it's not good. It's not good.
That's not surprising at all.
So you can put that hot take out there if you want, Adam. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hate on the internet from the vamps.
Fuck it, I'm sure it's garbage.
Yeah.
But it is very bad. And I might recommend a song
you
or
would
two.
never
off
get
of it.
hate. If you wrote it
For you
down, you
guys.
would never get hate. They would have to read in order to understand your
Dang.
hate towards it. Yeah.
Taking shots at the fans.
That's right.
And that's really all I have. I guess in my day-to-day life, like outside of gaming and pop culture, I went to Sedona, saw some Red Rocks and hiked up there and stuff. So
Cool. Adam loves red rocks and sand.
Yes. I'm
Talks
like
about it all the
Anakin.
time.
I'm like Anakin.
Yeah. He loves how coarse it is and how it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
yeah. Cool.
Cool.
Right on. Well, Derek,
What
come
up?
on. Let us know. We've been eager to hear. How's it
So
going?
eager. It's going pretty good. Been playing Monster Hunter. It's awesome. Adam's been right this whole time. It's a very fun game.
That is yet to be decided.
For me, personally. Adam knew that I would like it, and he was right for me to like it. I don't know if you'll like it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I'm having a blast with it.
We shall see.
Yeah. I haven't really been playing too much else. Some Madden here and there, but it's really just that and Monster Hunter. I've really been watching a lot of stuff lately.
Madden, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Haley and I watched Heretic recently. That's the horror movie with the two girls that go to Hugh Grant's house, I believe it is. And I always get
He plays himself.
And he entraps these two girls. Not what I thought it was. I don't dislike the movie. I wasn't mad at it. I was a little disappointed because you go into it thinking it's one thing, and then of course it turns out to be slightly different in a pretty big way compared to what I was led to believe it was going to be. But it wasn't
A24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, or was it Blumhouse?
Honestly, I don't
It was
remember.
one or the other.
Oh,
I don't recall.
I remember hearing a lot about the Heretic, but I can't remember if it's A24 or not.
Yeah, I don't recall, but it was
A24.
for sure.
Okay.
It was decent. Just
After what you told me, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to watch it.
yeah, it's It's
Whether
not
that be fair or
super
not,
great.
I was eager to be the same. The way it was presented. I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be actually pretty cool."
Right, and then you're like, oh well, not only is it that, then there's the one
Yeah.
thing I told you, and it's like,
That would have sent
that
me
part.
while watching that. I'd have been like, "What
Yeah.
the fuck am I watching?"
I did not like that part. Haley and I were like, what? But it is what it is. It was whatever. But still watching Severance. Season finale just dropped tonight, Thursday night, but I won't watch it until tomorrow when Haley gets off work. Super stoked for that. Yellow Jackets also comes out Fridays, so we'll be watching that tomorrow. And then the Terminal List. I don't know if Brian's watching right now, but shout out to Brian for recommending Terminal List. It is an Amazon Prime show starring Chris Pratt. There's only one season out. They are supposedly filming the second season later on this year. But yeah,
there
he knows. He knows. That show was the shit. It was super awesome. If you like The Punisher, you'll love Terminal List. It's very similar-esque stories. But
talking about parkour rocket launchers. Hell yeah.
Yeah. No, specifically Punisher Warzone.
Warzone.
No, definitely not. Definitely not that. It was a little like, it's not like a super gory show or anything like that, but there was a couple moments where I was like, oh, Jesus, I did not expect that. Super metal. It was awesome. I enjoyed it very much. If anyone has Amazon Prime and is looking for a new show, it's only 8 episodes, I believe. About 45 minutes to an hour each episode. Super good watch. Super, super good. But aside from that, not much else. Solo Leveling, and if we're gonna switch it up to not switch it up, but anime, Solo Leveling has been amazing. They're still on the second season.
So much shit on that. Just
it's so worth it.
Not that I like see like spoilers or anything, but every time I like open up Instagram, someone's saying something about Solo Leveling.
Yeah, rightfully so. Rightfully so. I believe.
It's catching the anime fandom by a storm, I believe.
Yeah.
Basically, from what I've gathered.
I don't know if people in here have watched Hunter x Hunter, but Hunter x Hunter's climax arc for the anime was not climax arc, but their big one was the Chimera Ant arc, which I personally think sucked. But Solo Leveling is
that's not even an opinion. That's just facts.
They're doing an ant arc, and I feel like they're in the direction to completely shit on Hunter x Hunter. So take that for what you will. Watch it, compare it. I don't care. You're wrong if you think otherwise. But yeah, no, Solo Leveling is awesome right now.
Yeah, I do need to get into it, and I will. I promise.
I don't think you will, but you prove me wrong someday. We'll see.
Someone was just talking about Delicious in Dungeon. He's like, I'm in the second season of that. I'm like, what?
Fuck, you're not, buddy.
No. And I like literally I pulled up Netflix right there, and then I was like, there's no way I missed this. Like we would have been talking about this, and I was like, I don't know where you are thinking you're at, but there is no second season. You're still watching the first season.
Right. That's so funny.
It's probably the misconception of being like in the 20s of episodes now that most animes,
that's possible.
Newer animes coming out are adapted the 12 episode run instead of like the
boo,
right? Boo, big time boo. That shit sucks.
I prefer it.
Well, if they can roll it out,
it makes it more bearable.
That's depends.
I disagree. I was happy to get into Demon Slayer. No interest in getting into Naruto or One Piece.
Demon Slayer started off with 24 episodes, no?
The first season?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No way.
The first season of Demon Slayer had over 20 episodes. It had to.
No way.
Adam, hit him with the facts.
26 episodes.
Get him.
And what did the first season of Naruto have?
That's before they really started deviating, deviating them up into like seasons.
So my point.
That's like saying what's the first season of Dragon
So
Ball
my
Z.
point
It's like non-existent.
Yes, that's a great example. The first saga, if you will, of Dragon Ball Z. How long did that go on? So comparing that to nowadays,
they were never
anime,
part of the
it's a lot
streaming
easier
model.
to get into anime
Naruto was never
that
part
is
of the
not
streaming model.
dedicated to paying or to taking up
Those are horrible-
thousands of your hours, as
horrible
opposed to like,
comparisons.
hey, here you go, here's some dope stuff for a nice half hour, and then if you add it up, you probably spend 3 hours to 6 hours watching this shit, as opposed to 17 business days.
I literally ignored everything you said because that was a horrible take. I'm not.
What's wrong with binging something that's worth 17 business days?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that it's a lot easier to entice somebody to get into it if they can put it in a smaller version, which is why
I don't think that's why they do it.
Which is why they're literally condensing and re-releasing One Piece to get more people into it, because they know it's too long and bullshit. Come on.
Different. Oh, there's so many wrong takes here. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into this because it'll be a whole other thing. We got a lot to talk about today. But other than that, let me just wrap up with what's been going on with me. Obviously, Monster Hunter Wilds came out, and that's literally where my sole focus has been. I've dumped over 100 hours in the game. Fantastic, having a lot of fun with it. So stoked for everyone I know to start like getting into it, because there's a lot more people I know who've actually jumped on the wagon finally. And I was huge. Monster Hunter World was my introduction to the series, and I absolutely fell in love. Played a little bit of Rise, didn't get too far into it. Yeah, I am cooking. Thank you. It's stupid. No, but for real, like I got so many people I know who are jumping into the Monster Hunter Wilds atmosphere, and they're loving it. And I'm just so stoked and eager to hear about their journey through playing the game and like all the things they're excited about. So, but yeah. So aside from that, I mean,
I'm excited to see like collaborations.
That was to say
Hunter. You say that there's a lot of them.
Notorious for doing a bunch of different collabs, and especially since they're Capcom, they usually do a bunch of collabs within their own IP. So there will be like times where like do a collab with Dante from Devil May Cry, or Mega Man, and yeah, like there was an outfit in Monster Hunter World. Like if you grinded the event quest that popped up, you can make your guy look like Dante. He had the white wig with the red suit, and I was like, so cool. Sick. Yeah. So, like, I'm very eager and excited to see, because Monster Hunter is one of those games that just didn't forget that it's out there to have fun. Like, they're not afraid to like do some wacky quests just for the hell of it, just because of like, this would be fun. Let's throw it in there, and I think people would enjoy some wacky, But it's definitely it's just so nice to be back into that world, grinding those events, or even just the base game in general. Very stoked, excited to see its future. The way they're rolling things out is very nice. They're being very clear with the fandom. On their official website, you can now see like what events they have planned for the future several weeks in advance, and I absolutely love that. I love when the developers are very clear with the players on what's going to happen and everything, all the future stuff coming to the game. So
hell yeah,
we got a bright future ahead for the Monster Hunter community, and yeah, very stoked about it. But aside from that, like, honestly, my day-to-day has been that, dealing with other things here and there, but like, can't really think of anything else aside from that. Like, aside from us, like Todd and I did jump into Split Fiction. Definitely going to start streaming more things on our channel here. So if you're not able to catch us on Thursdays, maybe perhaps you're able to catch us on one of the days we're streaming one of these games, and definitely feel free to jump in and join any conversation and join the fun. We'd love to hear from everyone, and if you're excited
they'll be doing Split Fiction. We'll be doing Baldur's Gate.
The one we do have
Todd and I'll be doing Madden sometimes here and there.
I'm very excited about all these, and the other one that's like mainly kind of consistent will be the Baldur's Gate, because it's more or less usually has been every Wednesday. Yeah. It does depend on scheduling, but at the end of the day, like majority Wednesdays, you should be able to see us on there playing Baldur's Gate.
And even if we can't get around to Baldur's Gate because someone won't be able to play, we'll usually have a group of people playing something every Wednesday.
And we could stream that. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe once Ty actually jumps in the mix, or even maybe there'll be a day where me and Derek can just jump into Monster Hunter and we can stream it,
Yeah, for sure.
But definitely it's exciting. Excited to get into the rollout of being able to actually stream games, because we've been having that issue in the past because we were using, no offense, StreamYards, which is good for podcasts but not great for gaming. So
I don't think we can legally group watch something and stream it. Sorry, referring to Brian's question on.
Yeah, there's certain like aspects about that people can kind of get away with that if they like. There's like runarounds that they have to do to like reverse the image, make it like 30% dimmed, or not dimmed, but what's the word I'm looking for? Where you can like see it, like you can barely see the image of the content. Anyway, or I feel so dumb right now. I can't think of the word. Anyway, it's where you can like make an image look see-through, basically. Transparent? Yeah. They like boost up the transparency on the video. They'll have it reversed. They'll have something blocking it, and you'll just basically see small little clips. Or that's usually how I see people get away with streaming stuff like that. Transparent, yeah. So that's usually how I see people get away with like streaming movies and stuff. But it's still very like you're like taking a big risk, because at the end of the day, the company, whoever's in charge of that, said IP or stuff, they'll be like, oh, I don't like this, and I'll have them pulled it. And at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to fight that.
Told you, Adam's not going to watch Solo Leveling. He's going to find any excuse.
I will watch it. That's not the reason why. I'm just saying, as far as being able to group watch anything on our channel, which would be cool, but the only other way
watch it, we just can't stream it with you guys. So like we
can
watch
it. That's I feel like that's what he means, though.
Yeah, we can stream our reactions.
Right, just have it on in the background. Are you listening? I could vaguely heard someone say the part I was looking for. Nah, but aside from that, though,
I mean, that is kind of a thing. Like people clip that and they'll be like reactions to this part in this, and it's like,
yeah. But you want to do that for like 20 minutes at a time.
The only other way you can like do that is if you have like a deal.
Saying we would record that and then put that clip out.
Oh, gotcha.
There are some deals that like some of these companies will run with Twitch, like, oh, if anybody wants to stream it during these days, they can actually stream it and stuff like that. But that's a whole other can of worms. But for right now, I mean, we could always plan something in the future, but let's just so like I said, I don't really got much else going on aside from Monster Hunter World's having an absolute blast with it.
Good
means
made my guy look like Skeletor.
You have been hyping up all this time. That's good.
Yeah. So yeah, aside from that, let's just jump into the meat and potatoes of this episode before it runs on for 3 hours. Am I right, fellas?
Do it.
Honestly, I was looking at the talking points. It's not much.
Oh, right. It's not much. It's just covering things going on, but I'm sure there's be things to be said and whatnot.
Jump into it.
But yeah, aside from that, just really quick, another recap. Just Well, actually, no, we're good. Never mind.
We're good, Adam.
We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
Forward.
What do you want to jump in? Movies, music, video games, TV?
It's lined up, Adam. Just do it.
I have it lined up. Doesn't mean necessarily mean
lined
the way
up.
you guys.
Keep
Okay,
going.
All right, sir. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. We're gonna be talking about movies. There's only a couple topics we got to cover, but let's go. All right.
In the TV shows, but okay.
Talk about some. Fuck you. Here we are talking about some movies. I'm sure maybe I'm missing something else that's kind of popped off, but the only two I could think of when writing these topics down were the Lilo and Stitch live action. Did you guys see the trailer for that?
Yeah. I didn't, but it's one of those movies where I don't need to see the live action trailer. Like, I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah,
Lilo and Stitch was my shit growing up.
Yeah.
So like, even if it ends up being horrible, which I hope it isn't, it holds a special place in my heart. I'm gonna see this movie.
Okay.
If I can say, as for all the live action movies that have come out from Disney, I haven't seen any of them. I don't think. I don't care to.
Only seen The Lion King.
I don't give two shits to see that. But Lilo and Stitch, I want to see. That looks good. I watched the trailer and I think it looks pretty good.
It looks very honest to the original.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Literally, my only complaint is just a nitpick on my own thing, and it's nothing bad. It's just I wish Bubbles was played by Terry Crews. That's it. I feel like he was perfect cast for that, and I think they picked somebody else. I don't think he fits the build as well, but other than that, it looks really good. And I'm sure this guy could crush it. I just wanted to see Terry Crews in that role. That was it.
Funny. I love me some Lilo and Stitch. Even the show afterwards. I don't know if you guys ever watched the actual TV show.
Yeah, they had like 2 different ones, but are you talking about the one with all the other subjects?
Yeah, where they're going and hunting them down. That was actually a fire show, like a good continuation.
I never watched all of it, but there was like several episodes I did catch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they were pretty interesting other subjects and stuff. I remember the electricity one was dope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, that was the thing. Like, I was just, every time I was so excited to see like what the next ability was. Yeah.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, they had a good way of doing it and rolling it out for sure. But so honestly, nothing bad. I don't think I've heard anybody talk bad about it. I remember originally when the casting happened, people were mad that Nani wasn't as dark skinned, and I was like, "That's just your nitpicking. Jesus. She's literally Hawaiian. Whatever. Like you're tripping."
Whatever, dude.
That was the only complaint I remember originally hearing. But even after this trailer, I haven't even heard any of that complaint. Everything seems pretty chill in the land of Lilo and Stitch live action going on.
Good. Is that this year?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe it's towards the end of this year. Because right now you have the Snow White one coming out. I thought it was. Maybe
nobody cares to see that.
That one's like kind of like the opposite.
I just saw a clip of all the stuff that they're like blacklisting the actual actress and whatnot. Yeah. I guess she's going off the hinges.
Yeah, she's had some pretty bad takes. I also just don't like the way that they CGI'd all those dwarves, and I'm like, dude, they look so bad CGI'd.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're all CGI'd, and it's like, dude.
That's a movie that I have negative interest in going to see.
Which one? Snow White?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, God, no. Lilo and Stitch is set to come out in May.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew it was coming because I remember talking to Haley about it. Because when I saw the trailer, I was like, I saw the release date. I was like, dude, a trailer and then the release date coming out like within a month or two after it.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
We only ever got like small teasers. Like,
yeah, don't give me a full trailer and say, oh, the movie's going to come out in 8 months to a year.
2 years.
Get out of here with that shit.
That's right. Honestly, that's kind of why I don't watch that many trailers nowadays because of that. It's like, why get excited for something now?
Right.
That's
but
fair.
if you're going to give it to me in a couple months, show me that trailer. That's dope.
Give me it. Yeah, no, I feel you. Aside from that, then the other movie was Happy Gilmore 2. How do you guys feel about that coming out?
I don't care what anybody says.
Excited for it than Lilo and Stitch, but I'm still excited.
I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for it too.
I'm going to hold out hope that
it's going to be bad, but I'm still going to see it.
I refuse to go into it with that attitude. I know it's easy to do it with Adam Sandler movies, especially Adam Sandler movies.
Recent, right?
Yeah, but I'm going to hold out hope that this is going to be a good movie. I think it's going to be funnier than people think.
I feel like even if it's like mediocre or bad, like I'll still end up coming out. Like I say bad, but at the same time, I feel like I'll still enjoy it.
Sure. I think it's going to be a good movie. I am very excited for it.
It's going to have a lot of those nods to obviously a lot of these.
I feel like that's all it's going to be is like
a bunch of nods.
Just from the first one. Ooh, this is funny, right? Like, ooh, this is really funny in the first movie.
Grizzly Adams did have a beer.
Yeah.
I eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast again.
Bob Barker's for sure going to get mentioned. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Brian said, I hope it does so well that we get a Billy Madison too.
Ooh.
Now we're talking. Now we're cooking.
He goes to high school or no? Yeah. What do you do? Go to college? Or
no,
something?
I hope it does so well. They do a crossover. Adam Sandler's back to playing 2 people on the screen.
Oh no, he plays Billy and Happy.
And we get a little teaser or a little cameo of Jack and Jill when he played the brother sister.
Nobody wants that. If I want another sequel,
Jesus Christ!
If I want a sequel from any Adam Sandler movie after Happy Gilmore, I don't think it'll be Billy Madison. What would you do with Billy Madison too? But you could do Little Nicky.
Little Nicky would go hard.
Yeah.
You'd have to do Big Daddy. Kid being all grown up.
Why? He's grown up.
Because now Adam Sandler's dying and he needs the kid to take care of him.
And then Adam Sandler's gonna come out with dementia. He's like, I can wipe my own ass.
Exactly. You got it.
Actually, that's
You
not a
got
bad
it.
idea.
Come
That's
on,
not a
man.
bad Jack and Jill too. Jesus Christ. 50 First Dates too.
1,000 dates.
I mean, he would still be doing like having to redo those dates.
That would be insane. You just see them old, and she's like, hey.
He has dementia, so now he's forgetting her.
Oh no, that's sad.
That's a heartbreaking movie.
That is
man.
just evil. That's just like
That's the Notebook times 10.
They
That
wake
really
up next
is.
to each other and they're just like, ah! Freaking out.
I could see them doing a funny twist on that though.
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
But
That's
that would
so
be actually
sad.
very depressing, right?
Oh, I don't know if I could watch that, man.
You can't. What?
Uncut Gems 2, unless we talking some
I never saw
spoiler
the first one.
necromancy, we're not getting it.
Oh,
You've
no,
never seen the first
spoiler.
one?
No,
Oh, I thought, well,
it's okay.
Oh, Derek,
I never
it's
seen
so
it either,
good.
but I know about what
I'll get
happened.
around to it. I just never watched it.
It's good.
Hell yeah, dog.
But yeah, no, those are actually really actually I would be down for 50 First Dates like that. Like it'd be kind of messed up, but also I can see it being funny.
I don't want that at all. Not at all, dude. That's
So
just
brutal.
because I've seen it so many times.
Right.
It's one of my favorite Adam Sandler movies.
Wouldn't it be nice?
Dude, if you showed me them old and they're listening to that, oh man,
Oh no.
I hate you. That'd be so sad.
The penguins there and everything. Yo, we can get Rob Schneider back as his Hawaiian man. Oh,
Yeah.
his character was hilarious in that movie. Oh man, yeah, we go hard though.
Yeah.
We don't need a sequel for that one.
I think we do. I think we absolutely do. Netflix, if you're listening, greenlight it.
50 for
Green light it.
All
I
right.
think that's all we got for movies, though.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other things you can think of as far as movies go? Is there anything that like came out? I feel like there was something that came out recently. I just can't think
Yeah.
of. Yes, they should put Rob Schneider's character from 50 First Dates into the new Lilo and Stitch movie. Yeah, absolutely.
Stitch bites him, and Adam Sandler's got to go sew him back up.
Do a little cameo where he's still the the veterinarian to all those animals, and he sees Stitch, and he's like, "What the hell is that?"
That would be funny.
All right, but yeah, I feel like there was something that came out. I just can't think of recently what came out for movies. Dogman came onto the digital landscape, and I got that for my kids because they love Dogman. You guys know anything about Dogman? Can I give you a crazy rundown really quick?
If you want to,
Sure.
Yeah, Dogman is made by the same guy who made Captain Underpants, so it follows that kind of art style.
Oh, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's an animated movie through DreamWorks, but there's the Dogman comic books or whatever that are for kids. The story is about how a police officer and his police dog were going to disarm a bomb. This is how this character became who he is. And the bomb exploded and it killed the man's head and it killed the dog's body. And the doctors were like, what if we just sewed the dog's head onto the man's body? And they're like, that sounds good. And that's literally how Dogman became who he is a dog's head sewn onto a man's body. Crazy that this is a kid's animated show
right.
and like major book series.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, I was like, the origin on this is metal. Yes, Full Metal Alchemist vibes, right?
How do you get paid for something like that?
I have no idea, man.
I'm doing something wrong.
It's very popular too. It's like huge.
That's why he said he's doing something wrong, man.
Yeah.
Ooh. Let me just share my screen with that. There's Dogman. You can even see on some like he's got the stitches.
Fuck.
This is Dogman.
How isn't Trogdor more popular?
Dude, Trogdor was too early. That's what it is. We figured it out. Trogdor would have
We need
been
to
popping
bring
with the
Trogdor
kids.
back. We need to bring
Absolutely.
Trogdor back.
advocate for Trogdor to come back into the mainstream. I would kill for a Trogdor
that
movie.
guy. Why? What? That guy could be making billions of dollars.
Trogman.
If this is what's popular, yeah.
Hey, I would go see a Trogdor movie. Animated movie. Absolutely.
Burninating the countryside. Yeah,
absolutely.
I would watch an hour and a half of that.
I feel like he was just a product. He was too early. He was
too
soon. He was a dragon man. Maybe he was just a dragon.
Just a dragon.
Dude, the world would absolutely start healing if Trogdor returned. Dude, Trogdor's, I feel like, is probably the mascot of our generation. I feel comfortable with saying that. If we had to rock a mascot to represent our generation, I think Trogdor.
I don't know if it'd be a whole generation though. I think it's more of like a group of people. Like not
generation's crazy.
Yeah, generations. That's way too broad. It's a specific type of people from our generation.
The cool people, the best people. So we'll just
encompass the entire generation.
Yeah,
there are people our age that have no idea what we're
losers. I call them.
That's fair too. But they have no idea what the hell that is.
Yeah. Well, time to make him not as exclusive. We gotta let everyone know that this is the man. He basically encompasses the internet coming to be the coming of age of the internet. Perfect. So when he came around. Before YouTube era, I always talk about it like it's BCE. Whenever dropping knowledge on my kids, I'm like,
it is
the before YouTube era.
Like we had to find a specific video, you would need to go to that website to watch it.
You'd talk to your friends who are like, I studied hard on this one website you've never heard of before. I've searched through all the archaeological files on this website, and this is what you're going to want to watch.
Because it was on what was it? Homestar Runner, right?
Homestarrunner.com.
And then I think it was also on Newgrounds, maybe.
Well, yeah, once it like popped off, it started going on those other websites. Yeah, for sure. Oh man, what a weird time.
Like if you want to talk about like Newgrounds is probably a better thing to say, like a generation.
Yes.
The
Newgrounds was iconic.
Yeah. Games,
videos, fucking memes, it had it all.
Memes before we called them memes.
Exactly.
Newgrounds, Funny Drunk, Albino Black Sheep, Flash Portal.
Bombs World.
Flash Portal was crazy.
Yeah.
Those were good times, man.
Or like addicting games would be something for a whole generation because no matter what, you knew what addicting games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was so dope.
Spent so much time on these.
Come on.
Meat Spin.
Adam.
You're so fucked, dude. Meat Spin. You just fucked up so many people.
You didn't even go to Wow OMG. You just said Meat Spin. That's crazy.
Oh shit. Cursed times. Madness. Oh, Madness.
Madness Combat was dope. That was that
somewhere
was
in Nevada.
Yeah.
Talk about Jesus versus a clown versus a hitman.
That was great.
Crazy story.
Man. Remember playing?
The odds that Wow OMG is still up.
I doubt it.
Probably not good at all. Remember playing like those games on the
Let's look it up
Comedy
on stream.
Central? Not Comedy Central. Cartoon Network. Remember all the games they had?
Hell, we'll do it on stream. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Hell no.
That would be absolutely insane.
It's just as obscene as a cursed colored waffle. That's no longer, I guess, you can't find it anymore. You can't curse people to go look up a certain colored waffle anymore. It used to be a gotcha moment for back in the day.
So many of those.
Yeah. Sorry. No, it's good time. Sorry, we derived. But Trogdor, man, absolutely deserves his flowers and his limelight. And I think we should advocate for him to come back and do it. Put these people on our age who don't know whom, put them on, show people what they've been missing out.
Agreed.
Brian said, imagine seeing it in Todd's reflection of his glasses. Todd, what are you looking at? Fumbles, smacks his fucking face. It'd be crazy.
We for sure have to have at least one person Googling it right now. Like, what are they talking about?
Brian's our man in the chair right now. He's got to be the one that confirms it for us, please.
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 All right. So moving on from movies, that was mainly it. Nothing else. We're gonna be jumping to music. Do you want to do the music segment now?
Let's
Music
do
good.
it.
All right. Let's jump in.
Counter is at like 6,789,543. He's been watching it. He has the tab saved. He never closed the tab.
He's like, who do you think runs the page? Oh, that's crazy. All right, let's jump into music before we curse this stream anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so if you're new here, something we've been liking to do lately is to like recommend some music for each other to listen to throughout the week, and we'll report back. We have had a 2-week hiatus. We're kind of just going back. I hope you guys remember to listen to the songs, and we had ample amount of time to listen to the songs.
I'll re-listen to them today.
Yeah,
It,
songs. So we each recommended each other a song, and then on top of that, we had some of our viewers, Brian and Sean, who recommended some songs as well. So we all listened to them. We're gonna report back how we felt about them, what we liked, what we didn't like, if it's a jam or a slam, whatever. So without further ado, I'll
Jam or slam?
let's throw it to Todd. Let's hear it. What did you think of the songs? You want to read out the titles of each one before you and who they were recommended by before you go? Or wait, how do you think should we do it one by one, or do you think we should just do them like we say the song and who recommended it, and then we all give our thoughts on it?
Sure. I like that idea way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
This way we're not backtracking a lot. Yeah. I was
Yes.
thinking about that the other day when we were doing them, and I was like, maybe it might be easier if we just like keep it on topic with as we go through them.
All right, Mr. Host, go
All
with
right.
the first song.
All right, so the first song I had on the list, well, as I rewrote this episode, I don't remember if it was anyway.
No
Was
worries.
Sean's recommended song was
Ooh.
"Involuntary Doppelganger" by Archspire.
Archspire?
Is it Archspire? My bad. Did I say Arc?
Yeah.
My bad. Archspire.
It's pronounced one of those ways.
Right. So, what did you guys think of that song?
I loved it. Thought it was awesome. It was very thrashy. I didn't expect that, but
It
cool.
gave me Death Clock vibes hard.
I couldn't remember it. I literally was thinking Metalocalypse the entire time I was listening to it. I was like, this sounds like Metalocalypse. This sounds like Death Clock. I couldn't,
which is not a problem. Made me happy to hear. Yeah.
Same here. I had no problem with it. I enjoyed it. But I was just like, wow, this sounds a lot like. I'm glad Death Clock is the name of the band, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Metalocalypse is the name of the show.
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, I couldn't think of it, but all I was thinking in my head was Metalocalypse the entire time. I was like,
Yeah. That's how I felt
or
when listening to it.
Yeah, it made me want to watch it again.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's such a fun show.
But yeah, I definitely enjoyed that one. That was really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Is Sean here? No.
I do not think so.
Well, be sure.
I'll have to let him know. Yeah, we all enjoyed it.
It was good.
And we moved down to Brian's recommended song for us, which was "Sleepless Nights" by King Diamond.
Fucking King Diamond never disappoints me ever. Never has.
This one was just okay to me.
This one, when I was listening to it,
other King Diamond songs more than this for sure.
I feel like
That's
King
fair.
Diamond has that, like, to me at least, it's very like a niche way of singing, and there's like songs I really like of his. I'm sure if I went through his discography, there'd be a lot more songs I would actually like vibe with me more. This wasn't one of them for me.
I felt the same way. Like I didn't hate it, but it was just like, there's certain songs that I like of, like I recommended Derek that a while ago. He released a newer song, I think this year, Spider Lily, and that song I enjoyed more than this one. So yeah.
All right. And then moving on, we had Derek with Harvest by Rings of Saturn. That was an interesting one. I don't want to say, like, I don't know how I feel about it. It was like, gave me video game vibes with some of the way they made the, I don't know if it was that all guitar. That's the other thing I wanted to ask you. Like some of the sound, I was like, feels like they're pulling from something else. But if that is all guitar, that's impressive. But at the same time, I was like, I don't know if I'm vibing with it 100%. But it was very interesting. That's for sure.
That's what draws me into them the most is their instrumental.
Okay. Yeah, they did. That was, like I said, I was like, that's actually crazy if they're just doing this off like the rip without like any electronical devices hitting
I
it up or
couldn't
whatever.
tell you what they do with their stuff. I just know I like the way it sounds.
Fair enough. What about you, Todd?
I don't. I hate all the excess bullshit in the backgrounds. Like there's times when it's really good. Like I think it's like the chorus, I guess, or whatever, when it's like dun, 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 like that part is really good, but the background of it, that I feel like that ruins it. And it's like I that pitch doesn't match the rest of the song, and they're like mashing random. It honestly, the way I thought of it, it sounds like fucking like if 100 Gex did whatever genre of metal this is.
If who?
You probably don't even know who that is. 100 Gex.
No.
One of those songs.
Uh,
Literally just like grinding noises and shit like that, just mashed together into EDM. And yeah,
like I said,
do it for me because of all the extra excess.
the only thing I could give them props of is if they were able to just pull that sound off with the guitar. But other than that, yeah, I wasn't vibing with it either.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I enjoyed the vocals. I enjoyed like the flow of the song, but it was like it's weird because like I want to see what the song would sound like without all of the shit that I'm hearing. Like if they just did like the song like that and then do and like, you know what I don't know. It's weird.
That's fair.
Yeah. So
all right.
Not my favorite.
So yeah, that was Derek's. Then Todd's was 1+1 by XXX Manera. Yeah. Am I saying okay?
I had one huge gripe with this song, and that it is wildly short.
Yeah.
I was like
I really liked it, and I didn't see how long it was, and I was like, it's over already because it's dope. And I was like, why did that happen so quickly? And I was like, maybe I was just because I listened to it at work. And I was like, maybe I was just too much in the zone. It felt shorter than it was, and I looked, and it's like not even 2 minutes long.
Yeah, he only has one verse in it.
I was like, God damn, dude, this is so short.
There's other songs on that album that I wanted to recommend to you, but I couldn't because I don't know what they are because they are in Russian. Like the title is in Russian.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's Russian like drill music, and that shit pumps me up.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah, I was at first I was like, what the hell? And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, you know what? This isn't bad. And then by the time I was like, all right, it was over. And I was like, whoa.
Right.
But yeah, that was a while. It was like I think 1 minute and 20 seconds or something like that.
I think it's like 1 minute and 39 seconds.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's very
so
short. It's very short.
Which I forgot to ask before we started this up, Brian. While we've been talking about this, did you listen to any of the other songs? And do you want to share your thoughts on some of the songs? I'm sorry we didn't ask you. My Wi-Fi shit out. Ooh. Oh, so did you miss a lot of the discussion around the songs?
It's possible.
If you have the list of the songs, if you just want to hit us up in the comments and let us know which ones you liked, which ones you didn't like, which ones you vibed with, which ones you hated, whatever. And but lastly, my song, "The Feasting on the Guts of Angels" by Grim Salvo and Chimera, I believe is how you say it,
was my favorite song of the bunch.
Okay, nice.
Yes,
I was kind of worried. I was like, I feel like they might. I don't know. I don't know how you guys would take it.
I liked it a lot. I probably listened to that one the most out of all of the songs that was recommended this week.
Okay.
It was good.
If Todd's was longer, I probably would have listened to that one the most.
That's fair.
It was good, and I'm glad. I shouldn't say but I'm glad you confirmed what I said last time around with your angry rap, which is there's nothing wrong with you enjoying that, but you definitely enjoy that genre.
As of lately, yes. I want to.
As of always.
All right, maybe in more so than not, but at the same time, like I feel like you just maybe caught me back when I'm swinging back into it because I feel like I haven't been on there lately, like maybe several months before this. but I'm like kind of getting back into the swing of vibing with that again. Brian said, "The Rings of Saturn tickles my brain and makes me happy."
Me
All
too,
right.
brother. Me too. I fucking love Rings of Saturn. They're one of my favorite bands.
But yeah, I'm happy to hear you guys enjoyed that though.
Mm-hmm. And it was very, very good.
But then I'll give Brian some time if you wanted to reply to any of the other ones. If not, that's cool. I guess we should recommend before moving on. Do you want to do the recommending now, or do you do it as the outro?
Okay, let's do it live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, then
Brian said he enjoyed every song. That's what's up.
Okay. Hell yeah. All right. Brian, did you want to throw another recommendation out there? And then this way,
anyone watching, if
anyone watching, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, let me. Yeah. Sorry, thank you, Derek. Yeah, if anybody's watching this and they're just curious, like I'm not saying nothing or keeping quiet,
if you have a song that you like and you're like, hey, I want to get it out there, I want people to listen to this, please
throw it in there.
Throw it in the comments.
We'll listen to it.
Always happy to listen to more stuff.
And we'll get back to you guys next week. Exactly. Well, hopefully, if everything goes right, we'll be here next week and let you know what we thought about it. The Ballad of
I know that song.
Okay,
we can fuck with it though. It's a good one.
Okay, I do not.
I know the Bloodhound Gang.
I know the Bloodhound. Exactly right. Yeah. Ooh. Lane. All right. Oops. There we go. All right. What you guys got for me? Someone send me the list when it's ready, please and thank you. Yeah, I'll send it to. I'm currently writing it down in our chat, and I'm sure Derek can send it to you.
I'll send it.
Yeah. All right.
So the song that I have for everyone is "The Hands That Thieve" by Streetlight Manifesto.
The Hands That Thieve.
The Hands That Thieve by Streetlight Manifesto.
I gotta double check how you spell thieve.
Thieve.
Okay. Just making sure. All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, what you got?
It's also the name of the album, so just make sure you're getting the song.
Okay, so it's called "The Hands That Thieve" by. Oh, sorry, who was it by?
Streetlight Manifesto.
Street. Oof. Light Manifesto. Hopefully I spelled that right.
Manifesto.
Yes. The Ballad of Chasey Lane? Oh yeah, what was Brian's? Oh yeah, Bloodhound Gang. Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
Gang. All right, mine. I'm gonna give. Let me see here. Just want to double check that. I have a oddball one again, but I think I'm gonna save that one for the following week, just because there's one. This one I was like, I meant to put it in earlier, but I was like, you know what? I'll hold off. But then I was like, I really want to get you guys to listen to this one, and it is. Oops, hold on. Let me make sure that doesn't play. All right. Yep. All right. It's Standby by Sparkmaster Tape again. Bringing back out Sparkmaster Tape for you guys. It's his song called Standby. That one is my favorite song of his. The other one, I would just really like that one part from his, but this is actually my favorite song from him. All right, Todd, what do you got?
This isn't the song that I want to recommend, but I really want you guys to fucking listen to it because it's just so stupid. You know who Georgiana is?
No.
Well, I need you to listen to ILBB2 by Georgiana featuring Glorilla.
Oh, I'm sold. It's gonna be a great song. I don't care. Don't make that face. Don't do this. Glorilla is awesome, and she can't be on something.
Glorilla is phenomenal.
Is it Georgiana like Georgia? Spelled like Georgia?
It's JORJIANA.
JORJI. A-N-A?
A-N-A, yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's not too bad. Okay, L or ILBB2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Glow.
Exactly. Glow
Right, featuring Glorilla. Yep, got
is
that.
that bitch.
All right, so the final is we have Brian recommending The Ballad of Chasey Lane by Bloodhound Gang. Derek recommending The Hands That Thieve by Streetlight Manifesto. And myself recommending Standby by Sparkmaster Tape. And Todd recommending ILBB2 by Georgiana featuring Glorilla. This is the final.
Damn it.
What's
Is
that?
it a bad song?
I need you to listen to the song first,
Okay.
and then after you listen to the song,
Watch
I
the
need
video.
you to Google what Georgiana looks like.
Okay.
Oh Lord. Okay. Bumping Glorilla in the shop. That's hilarious. I just can't imagine a bunch of dudes in a motorcycle shop listening to Glorilla. I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, Glow.
Oh fuck yeah, Brian. That's awesome.
All right. Well, that I think finishes off our music segment for tonight.
Yes.
Sure.
And now we'll jump into the video games. Let's do it.
Makes them feel like bad bitches.
With video games, we have several things. I mean, there's been a lot of things popping up. Some things we can kind of glance over or quickly talk about. But
Yeah, like Monster Hunter.
I mean, yeah, because we kind of talked about it. But
And
like,
Marvel
also
Rivals.
bring up some stuff. Let's jump into Warzone. This was the first thing on the list, and bring up Warzone. Todd, you were gonna give us the rundown a little bit on that. So what's going on?
Yeah, it's just RIP Warzone.
RIP Warzone.
In general,
Why are we RIPing Warzone?
yeah.
Call of Duty came out and said that if Verdansk doesn't bring back or retain their player count that they used to, there will be no more Warzone in the next Call of Duty. They're just going to exit
that's
and
fine.
bring it all to an end, which in long term means RIP Warzone, because I'm sorry, but it's too little too late. The game is too fried and no one cares about it. Like, I was excited for Verdansk, but they still have done nothing to make the game playable. And everybody that was big into playing the game, I'm talking like the 1%ers, they're all playing something else right now. Like,
Sure.
There's like, I can count on one hand how many people I have on like my Twitch stream that are still only streaming Call of Duty, and it's like far and few between. They don't have a lot of viewers anymore.
They're miserable.
Exactly. That too.
I don't
yeah,
know anybody
too.
that's playing this game anymore.
Exactly.
Probably
like,
just being paid to anybody who is.
for real. All the
Yeah.
people that were big, like the Tim the Tapmans, the Swags, the Nick Mercs, even the Dr. Disrespects, none of them are playing this game anymore.
Here's what I will say though: is once Verdansk does come back, all of them are going to jump on it, at
But
least
then
for a little
the
bit to play.
issue
'Cause
is
I
right,
know,
is
I
how
know I
long.
will. But yeah, it's how long will everyone do it? Because I know
I think they'll do it just for like, okay, it's cool to be back on Verdansk, and they're gonna get paid to do it. Obviously, like Call of
Right.
Duty's gonna pay them.
Absolutely.
But even Tim came out and said it. He was like, I don't see it keeping my interest more than like Marvel Rivals is right now. All I want to play is Marvel Rivals, and I don't see them fixing the problems of the game just by bringing back Warzone. It's like, cool, you brought back Warzone. Or I'm sorry, bringing back Verdansk. You brought back Verdansk, but also here's stim glitches again from the first season,
like Brian
7
just said,
years ago.
It's the hacking and cheating is still going to be a thing.
Exactly. So, yeah, they just don't care about that. So I think it is going to be RIP Warzone, and they're just going to focus on the multiplayer and single player aspect of it and zombies.
Well, also it's because what's the point in doing it? It's not making them money.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's a free
Making money
game.
off of their damn store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. I feel like they would have to do more to actually retain these players. And it's not like bringing back the maps only going to keep them for like a week, maybe. You know,
Exactly.
Hackers, cheaters, and meta. Meta does suck, but man, when the fucking what was it, the DM, when that was like
DMR.
oh the DMR, oh man, that was so bogus to use. It was so funny. People were always so mad.
Yeah, that's what made Roman quit.
The DMR,
Yeah, he said when that was the meta, that's when he stopped playing.
it was dirty how you could just mow people down with that thing. You were defenseless against it. But if you were using it, shit was funny because of how mad people got. But it is bogus.
All right. Is that all for Call of Duty though?
Yeah, dead game. Dead game.
They're moving on to GTA 6. We brought
coming out later in the year. Woo, woo.
Because right. Is it coming out later this year? I think they will. I honestly do believe it will come out later this year. I feel like Rockstar, when they usually say something's going to happen,
that they have insider information, and we're also going to get another next gen console this year.
No. I don't think so. Too soon. I think we'd hear a lot more buzz.
You think a new console coming out this year?
I think
crazy
for GTA 5.
If you're talking like a Pro or something, sure, but not like.
No, I think that they would be smart to collaborate that.
So, are you saying like a console, like as far as like another,
like a PlayStation 6?
Yes.
That's you're saying not happening. You're saying the next generation.
Yes.
I feel like then there is no next. I feel like that's a bad move. Drop the next generation right now. When did
it'd be impossible? There's no way that they would drop that without anybody catching any kind of wind of it within the past year.
It's 2024 or 5 years is crazy for another generation of consoles to come out.
That's the year and day and age that we're living in.
Rip to console players. That's all I got to say. And that's not the life to be living.
If you want to play GTA 6 this year,
I was going to say
maybe
big dubs to console players.
Once again, we're not even sure that that's actually happening.
But it seems more than likely that it is
possible. I don't know if actually, honestly, we don't know. Rockstar has a very like I said, I will.
But every game that comes out right now, whenever they're like, oh, you can get it on Xbox, PlayStation, or Steam. Steam's not even an option when they talk about GTA 6. It's just PlayStation or Xbox.
Right. But that's more or less on a Rockstar issue because they don't communicate, period. I feel like it's almost like you're casted out as a witch if you work at Rockstar and you leak any information. I feel like the way they keep everything on lock so hard is
sure. You know what I will say?
What's up?
If it does come out on PC, something tells me I'm still going to get it on the PlayStation because with that way that game we all think it's going to look, I'm gonna have the same problem I had with Monster Hunter where I can't get it on the PC. If I want to play GTA on my PC, I'm gonna have to spend like $400 to $500 just to update or upgrade my PC so I can play the game, and I'm not fucking doing that.
Brian said so. Allegedly, there's a handheld Xbox coming. Xbox they've already deemed them. I can obviously definitely see that happening, but
they want you to be able to play it on your refrigerator, man.
Right? Because they're like more or less just becoming a app more so.
That's also kind of interesting. Like, you would think that they might just focus on putting all of their stuff into being able to run smoother on the cloud because your phone is your portable tablet. Like any cloud game you can play on your phone, just Bluetooth the controller to it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. But no, that's my issue with Rockstar. I feel like they are kings when it comes to actually polishing a game and putting it out. Like their games rarely ever run with like horrible glitches that ruin the whole experience. And when they drop it, it's usually like pristine. But it's how Rockstar manages every other facet of their company that I can't stand. They do a horrible job. Like when they bring remasters back that are just like, oh, here's like a little bit of a polish on a really old game. Yeah, it's going to cost you $50. And it's like, you're tripping. Red Dead Redemption 1 with Undead Nightmare, $50 on Steam right now. And I'm like, that's actually a crazy. And they're like, hey, it's on sale, $40. I'm like, dude, I would only be paying like maybe $20 for this. Like I don't know. Rockstar has this, like, that's just one instance. It's the way they handle their online is really bogus. If it's not GTA, you could fucking fuck off, basically. They just have a bad way of Adam's computer is an Xbox, so he can play about what the fuck. But no, Rockstar, I feel like I wish they would just communicate. I feel like that would go a long way. I know that's their thing though. I feel like they're proud of the way they don't communicate to their fans. Once again, it's just another thing I hate that they don't do properly. It would just go so far for so many people, but whatever.
Doesn't bother me.
But then that's the other thing is like, all right, so then now what are we getting into, like, as far as Rockstar with the way they handle everything else on top of that is like I brought up pricing, but then that's now bringing into the new direction that everyone's so eager to see what happens with GTA 6 as far as, is it going to be $100 game? Is it going to be, how far is it going to push the envelope of gaming? I know all these other like players are like eagerly awaiting it. Like, fuck, I really hope it doesn't happen. And you have greedy developers like, oh, I can't wait for this to happen because now I can start charging, which is crazy, an asinine take, because you have all these other developers who are going to put out a shitty game and be like, well, it's $100 now. And it's like, I don't think it'll see a lot of success when other companies try to do that, because you really got to put in a lot of care to your game for people to want to drop $100.
Right. Rockstar would be the company where it would work.
Right. You're not going to get that with.
If they charged you $100 for the game, they'll still make billions of dollars because everyone wants to play GTA.
Right. So that's why, like, I wish Rockstar I wish the care they put into their games was as much as the care they actually cared about the players.
Could you imagine GTA makes it $100 for a video game and all these other companies are like, yeah, and then fucking the next Assassin's Creed is $100.
Right.
For the base game.
Shit, we might not even get another Assassin's Creed after this.
Good.
Who knows?
What does not look enticing to me at all.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Speaking of,
coming right around the corner.
Right, $100 just for a base game. Yeah, because then they're going to charge battle passes and everything else, all the bells and whistles. So your ultimate version of games are going to be like $150, and I'm sure like they'll try to be pushing the envelope far like that. But yes,
I hope it's just $70, man. Just stay safe.
Assassin's Creed is a perfect example because that new one is launching at $70, and there's like dropping a battle pass right on top of that $70, and it's like, this is the way they want to fucking try to still get all their money from it. And I saw so many people online, like the people that are still trying to gas it up. They're constantly pointing at things that aren't fundamental to the game. They're like, look, all the animals you can interact with, or look, when it snows, you can actually watch it dissolve. Cool. You're putting dressing on a basic thing. You want, I was explaining this to Sean. I was like, dude, it's like they're gassing up. Like I brought it up like a cake. They're like, why? Somebody brought it up. They're like, why do people praise Red Dead for when they treat the environment this way? But then when Assassin's Creed does it, everyone's like, boo. Well, it's because Red Dead, when they actually made the core elements of their game, it was a very polished, beautiful cake that they put the icing on. Assassin's Creed is something we've already seen. The fundamentals aren't like, they could be good. They're not going to be fantastic. It's not going to be like a super polished cake, but it could be like a crumbled and ripped apart cake that they're putting all this dressing on. And it's like, it's still a crumbled and ripped up cake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why we would praise one company over the others, because they put more time and care into the game and making it enjoyable all around than versus what we've seen here. And most people are like, nah, you're dead naming Assassin's Creed. This is just a samurai ninja game. This isn't really Assassin's Creed, but you're making everything else look good. Why don't you make the actual game Assassin's Creed? And then we can worry about the icing and the polishing.
Sure. I don't understand Brian's Oblivion reference.
This is all Oblivion's fault with that fucking horse. I don't even know what he's talking about. Black Flag was the last good Assassin's Creed. Could have just started a new IP to do RPG BS. They absolutely should have, honestly, because it really became like dead naming Assassin's Creed. They're just using the IP. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
And they'll put the symbol of it and the cool blade. And they'll bring them out every now and then because that thing isn't even as prevalent as it used to be, which is a shame.
Slap that on a character with the little logo and
right. It was Assassin's Creed. Right. Oh So yeah, it's sad that they lost the plot when it comes to Assassin's Creed a long time ago, and it's a shame. So I'm not going to cry no tears for Assassin's Creed or Ubisoft if it does completely tank the company, which it already looks like it's going that direction, because prior to them releasing it, they were already in talks of going full on bankrupt and how they can save their shareholders.
Fuck them.
So we shall see what happens. So far, let me actually take a look right now. I mean, we can only go off of Steam numbers, but I can at least see what the Steam numbers are for Assassin's Creed, because it is going on right now. Right now, they're at 25,000 players, and they peaked at 41,000. Not a strong start, but usually the weekend is like the big heavy hitter. Sunday will be the defining number. So by Sunday, we'll have the where it will actually peak at. With the numbers right now, my guess will be 80,000. It could be a lot higher, could be a lot lower, but I think around the 80,000 ballpark.
And then a week after that, it drops immensely
Yeah.
and never picks back up.
Well, that's how it goes for most games.
Yeah.
That's why it was crazy when Marvel Rivals actually dipped back up with their release of season 1.
So,
But when games drop, at least for following the Steam charts, which I've been doing quite frequently with a lot of games that drop, it's that weekend is the peak, and that last day is Sunday. A lot of people will say it's Saturday. It's always Sunday. Sunday is the last hike we'll get of the number, and usually then it'll start teetering off.
so Brian said that Oblivion.
Oh, it already has. He said Assassin's Creed Shadow is going to beat Avowed on Steam for sure. They already have their peak. Their player count right now, 25,000 is more than Avowed ever got. They didn't even get to 20,000.
He said that Oblivion was the first game to release a paid cosmetic. It was $35 for a horse.
Damn.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
Look at
$35
Bethesda.
for a horse is crazy.
Look at them.
Damn.
Bethesda started it all. Those
Didn't
greedy
Diablo
bastards.
do that? Didn't they charge like
Well,
$60
Diablo
for
started
a
getting
horse?
nasty. Is Diablo World
Diablo
of
was
Warcraft?
heinous
It's
with
Blizzard.
it.
Blizzard.
I was
got
gonna say
absolutely
Blizzard
crazy.
specifically. Yeah, we
Yeah.
can't even say Diablo. It's Blizzard.
It's absolutely
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Crazy.
They are.
It was the cost of a video game for a fucking horse.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
A cosmetic of a horse, because everybody gets horses. So just the cosmetic is crazy.
Yeah, it was I think it was Pirate Software a long time ago was talking about like how like why they stopped doing like cool kind of like cool different content in World of Warcraft. He's like, because you had a guy who dropped a horse skin that paid like quadruple of what the paid content was worth. So he's like, why would they do that when they can just make the money off of the unicorns? And it's like,
Exactly, man. Like,
it's for these
why
companies.
spend all that time and resources building a whole thick, elaborate fucking side quest that's gonna take an hour to get through with fucking go here, do this, find this new material, fight this new thing, and all that development when it's like, okay, we spent 100+ hours of manpower on that, as opposed to, hey guy, go in there, write some shit down. And as we've seen with Call of Duty now, they don't even have someone doing that. They just have AI doing it for them. So it's like Christmas zombie.
And
there
that
you
was,
go.
That was the same thing with Rockstar and Red Dead and GTA. Why focus on Red Dead Online when all our money is coming from GTA Online?
Everyone's buying shark cards. No one cares about in-game gold for
Exactly.
I actually have to do a show and tell with you guys, because this is something I didn't bring up, but you brought up the AI, and Brian brought up the AI. There is a company that is so shamelessly doing a whole AI DLC, and not whole AI.
Are you gonna show Ark?
Yes.
Oh my god!
My
dude.
god, dude! They released.
Todd, were you there for that yesterday?
I don't think Todd was.
Brother.
Dude, so really give me quick context is Ark. Well, one, Snail Games is like their big publisher. Snail Games USA publishes Ark, the Survival Evolved and the Survival Ascended and whatnot. So Survival Ascended is like the remaster of Ark, and they just put out a new DLC trailer, and it's all AI, and it looks so god awful. I do not know why they went with AI for the whole trailer. It's literally the whole trailer, except for the very beginning part where they show a little clip of in-game thing, and then it goes all to AI, and they don't even try to hide it. It is just absolutely the worst look from AI, and I'm like,
separated dispatcher.
what's up? Oh. But yeah, let me share this really quick because this was absolutely foul. I was like, no way. Because I showed Derek and we had a good laugh.
Mark.
I do love Ark. I do, but the way they handle they're another company, the way they handle business is absolutely atrocious. I've been begging. I need another company to come in and swoop in like Marvel Rivals did just for Ark, like that type of game style and survival dinosaurs. And I was like, Turok should do it because they have the IP. It would be sick. It's like literally they have it in their DNA to be able to pull the one over on Ark, but I don't think that's gonna happen. All right. So this is the trailer, dude. All right, so this is the in-game stuff. All right, so starting here, this from here on out is just going to be all horrible AI.
Ark has brought you 10 years of unforgettable adventure. All of those journeys, those fights.
You're going to see a lot of fish start appearing and disappearing.
For survival.
So they just fade into nothingness in the background.
This octopus pisses me off, dude.
The way it just floats up.
It just floats out
Just
of the fucking
emerges
water.
out of nowhere.
Right. Oh yeah, look at this.
His
dude's
body's
feet.
all fucking wormy.
Look at his feet too.
Look at his feet. He's got fins.
I saw that. I was like, his knee is turning into a fin. Like it's so god awful. Oh yeah, right here you'll see a fin that keeps on appearing and reappearing off the side of the front of the animal.
So terrible.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ark Aquatica. It's supposed to be like an underwater DLC for Ark.
I mean,
With
the thought
water-
process behind that sounds dope.
With water underwater. They have like little water beaches. It's
Weird.
all underwater.
But man, when I saw that, I was like, dude, we're never getting Ark 2 because they announced Ark 2. Yeah, don't laugh at Skynet. I know this is right before it gets me. It's gonna play this clip of us laughing at it. Remember this, huh? It works really hard to make these dinosaurs. But no, because Ark 2, when was Ark 2 announced? It was announced like so long ago, and they were like
It's the Vin Diesel
Like
commercial, right?
2015 at least.
yeah, right, the Vin Diesel one. Yeah, it was, yeah.
That's so long ago, dude.
The first announced at the Game Awards of 2020. So I guess it's been 5 years ago it was announced. But it was like when they announced it, they were like had a whole trailer like, yeah, you'll get it next year. And then they kept on pushing, oh, another year, actually 2 years from now. And now they don't even like they just no
Don't
one
talk
knows.
about it.
And everyone, because they released this and everything, everyone's like, dude, we're like literally having the same thought process. We're never getting Ark 2. What's going on? They're like, we would like to reassure the fans that we're still very dedicated to Ark Survival Ascended, and we are still working on Ark 2. And it's like, no, you're not. You know, you're not. You're a fucking liar. We're gonna get GTA 6 literally before Ark 2. Ark 2 should be like new GTA 6 as far as people saying when that will actually come out, because I don't think it's ever gonna come out.
True.
And if it
That's
is, it's
Elder
gonna look.
Scrolls.
That's true too. Yeah, absolutely. That's true. You're right. Elder Scrolls would be the next in line. Absolutely. We're supposed to get like big news this year, aren't we?
Yeah,
Didn't
we're
somebody say that?
supposed to.
Right,
Yeah,
right. I think last
okay.
year too, right? And the year before that.
We'll see. The big news we got was that fucking Elder Scrolls 6 trailer 17 years ago.
Or the rumors about Oblivion
It was
remaster.
the most pointless trailer of all time. That
What's
Elder
crazy
Scrolls
is
Yep.
like I'll get an Oblivion remaster. That's a game that deserves it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
holy fuck, man! Like, I don't know. Maybe that's the game that they're waiting on the new consoles to drop.
I don't think they're waiting on new consoles. There's no reason to wait on a new console.
I don't think these weak ass consoles nowadays can hold on to this shit.
Consoles are not
It's
too bad.
crazy.
Literally,
Soft.
PlayStation and Xbox, or at least the Series X Xbox and the PlayStation 5.
Well, yeah,
handle
nothing's
Monster Hunter.
touching the
Like, that's-
Series X Xbox.
PlayStation can run Monster Hunter Wilds perfectly fine, and that's very
Oh man.
demanding.
They're great.
I didn't even say anything. You're out here fucking spewing council.
But
war
yes,
shit.
I just wanted to drop that whole arc thing because that was crazy. When I saw
Yeah,
that, I was
arc
like,
some
no way,
bullshit.
they're just like trying to be like, yeah, here we go, guys. What we got cooking up for you? It's like that's the
In the
laziest.
lab.
Yeah, pretty much the laziest fucking thing they could have done, and it's so bogus. Like, love the game, hate the way they handle everything else. Brian saying his Series S is stronger than Derek's computer.
Probably.
Not necessarily. When it comes, we'll agree to disagree.
I don't know shit about fuck with my PC.
It's just how the way it's been optimized. They had to optimize it a certain way for consoles. That's why consoles are able to handle it better versus a PC. They were a little more leg
Yeah,
way.
Brian, don't talk shit about my
It's
PC.
not. But it's also kind of it's shits on Capcom because they should have been just as optimizing.
Yeah, Capcom's a shitter.
They took a shit, but they're also
But
but it's kind of like Rockstar. Well, sort of. Except for I like the way they do everything except for the optimization. Rockstar, I only like the way they make their games except for, and I hate everything else they do. So it's like they have an L, sure. A lot of companies will have like one or two L's.
just one or two.
Yeah.
Couple.
Something light.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some light work.
As far as the L's go.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we have
That's fair. Sorry, I was referring to what Brian said.
T1000.
Yeah, or yeah. Derek's giving Marvel Rivals. No way. Really quick,
Go ahead.
you can talk about it
Repeat
briefly.
everything you need to repeat about Marvel Rivals.
We had the new event that
80th
has,
week in a row.
it's like a board game. The music is fire on it. Whenever I listen to it, I'm like, dude, the music here I would just vibe with.
music, artwork, fire in the game.
Actually,
bro.
Todd, you should drop what you said to me when we were talking about what they should do with all the cool.
Oh yes, so I have this.
Yeah, cook them.
I have this idea to where they can use more of the content that you unlock, Derek,
Fucking dick.
in the game for your enjoyment. So
They can
everyone
repurpose it.
knows that the artwork in this game is top tier.
Heat.
They're in the fucking lab just every
Right.
fucking day. Right now, as we are speaking, over there in China, they're going crazy.
They're cooking.
That's neither here nor there. They release these like comic book strips, kind of. They're not really comic book strips, but the way you unlock them, it's supposed to be read like a comic book, and it gives you like a whole story for like what the picture depicts and all that stuff. But they're really fucking cool, and I think that they would look really good as a background. And when you're standing at the main menu, and you can change your main hero of like who's just there to flex and like turn around, and you can look at their whole outfit and whatnot. Behind that is just a gray logo of Marvel Rivals, which is like the lightning or in between the it's lightning in
logo,
between like
yeah.
brackets or whatever. I don't know, but you could easily make that interchangeable with those gallery art things, or kind of like how Call of Duty does it to where they do it as a loading screen. The loading screens are very short, so I don't think you get as much usage out of it, but change the background of the main menu to any of those gallery cards and makes it a little bit more interactive for people to unlock those cards. And then once you unlock them, it also goddamn right. It also gives you the ability to flex any of the shit that you've done so far.
Yeah, because some of them are time sensitive things you can unlock, you know?
Exactly.
Like I unlocked the Christmas card and I can flex that as my background.
Correct. So, or the Chinese New Year one and stuff like
yeah.
that. Like that's locked now. You don't have access to fucking with that anymore. But if you filled it out in full and you did all the 5 missions and whatnot, and you can flex that, that's pretty cool. So I think that is something that they could
Easily
implement, and it would go a long way, in my opinion.
Yeah, when you brought that up, I was like, dude, that's actually a genius idea. Because, yeah, we're just dealing with, like, yeah, the back. I mean, you got to rep the game, obviously, but we're playing the game. So, I mean, like, you don't need the gray background with the logo in the background when we have those cool comic strips or whatever, comic art pieces. and you just being able to cycle that through, or maybe you can have it like on a timer, it cycles through a couple of the ones you've unlocked, do something where you can kind of repurpose that instead of it just being locked like, oh, I got to go to my collections now, and you can actually see which ones I've unlocked. Now you can be like, oh, I'm just going to flex this one because I actually love the art piece, or I just want to flex this one just because it's cool. Like, very cool way. They should definitely integrate that in there. Hopefully we can get some more people agreeing with us, and maybe get a ton of people agreeing with us, and they actually make that a change. Would be sick.
Yeah, for real.
Totally.
Clip this. Put it out there.
Put it out there. But aside from that, they got the new event. Like I said, that new, like the artwork for that new event, the little board would be sick as a background. And if you could change the music too, that would be go hard. Can you change the music? I don't know if you can.
No.
That's another thing they could add. Like some of the music that you have, like that music that plays. I don't know what it is about that tune. And I was like, ugh, I wanted to just listen to this the whole time. Like, make this my background music while I'm waiting for my buddies to join the game or whatever. But yeah, there's so many things they could do. But I mean, they have been doing a phenomenal job. So I'm sure we're just getting started with all that. Speaking of which, new skin for Black Widow, free. Absolutely free for everyone through this new event. Looks sick. She's wearing a cowboy outfit. She's repping the Western style. You get a bunch of little emblems as well that look pretty nice. And aside from that, they did drop some punk characters. We had the Hulk Punk, looks absolutely awesome. You had the Magic Punk, absolutely awesome. Spider Punk finally dropped, looks absolutely awesome. And then
2099 Spider Punk.
Yeah, 2099 Spider Punk, and it's you also got Steampunk Iron Man,
which is a really cool one.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. Once again, these skins they put so much work into it versus other games and whatnot. The payout you get from these everything you get from these is just so much more appealing than most other games that just put skins on. And the fact that you can work that currency in game is phenomenal. Grind that currency. But aside from that, that was mainly what I had to talk about Marvel Rivals, which is really positive. It's a lot going on. Season 2 officially comes out, I think, middle of April, right? Oh. Yeah, one second.
Yeah. So yeah. Marvel Rivals. Super, super fun. Todd, you're like muted, brother.
Derek, you need to get into that Marvel Rivals, dog.
Yeah, no, I played Marvel Overwatch and it was so fun.
Marvel Overwatch.
Marvel
Sorry,
Overwatch. You've never played Overwatch, so how do you know?
Yeah, I played it one time.
When did you play Overwatch?
Played it one time at our house.
Who'd you play as, Derek?
Whoever I picked on Todd's Xbox.
Yeah.
Sounds believable.
I'm not lying, but okay.
You are. That's okay.
I'm not.
It's actually not okay. It's that easy for you to lie to our face.
Ooh.
I'm not lying. I did try it once, and I did only play it for like 3 minutes. So, no, did I give it an actual shot? Absolutely not. But did I actually play it? Yes.
All right.
That being said,
you know what I have? You know what I have tried? You know what I have tried multiple times? Marvel Rivals. You know what didn't fucking grab me because it's just not for me? Marvel Rivals.
Fair enough.
Is it
Fair
though?
enough.
Because
fair enough.
We're moving
being
on.
told I need to play it.
Yeah, you don't need to play it.
Thanks.
You know what game you do need to play?
What's that?
What?
Monster Hunter.
Thanks. Anyway, go on, Adam.
We have Mortal Kombat 1 came out of the T1000. Only wanted to briefly bring it up because did you see the video of the fatalities they did for him?
Truck.
What's up?
The truck?
No.
My truck?
No.
What?
Did you not see the T1000 fatalities? He was like paying homage to all of his attacks in the movie, even the separate when he pulled over in the doors. Yeah, sick. But also, I saw a video of somebody doing all the fatalities.
Yeah, you didn't see all the fatalities then. There's one where he runs you over with a truck and then he jumps out and he shoots you while you're on the grill of the truck.
That's sick. I did not see. I didn't claim I saw all of them. I just asked if you saw the one I brought up.
So aggressive. He fucked up his camera and everything.
But I saw a video of somebody doing all the fatalities on him. Bad move. Mortal Kombat.
All
these- Is he bloody?
on the inside?
No, he's not bloody, but like some
Oh.
of these fatalities just don't make sense. You're like, he's just gonna get back up and absolutely destroy you.
Well, what do you want him to do? Like, you
I
can't
don't
make him
know.
invincible.
I don't know.
That's not a bad move. You're just being picky.
There was
Get outta
only
here.
I had to like analyze it. I'm like, all right, that would actually kill him. This one wouldn't. You had Liu Kang's one of us. He's like, he opens up a black hole and you like absolutely get sucked in. I'm like, that one makes sense. Yep.
That one makes sense.
Adam, their X-ray moves would kill them,
Yes,
but they
I
get
know,
up and
I know.
fight. So like, he's
T1000 is
nitpicking.
different. Okay, it's different.
It's so stupid. I would be upset if like there was a gory scene and there was like blood instead of him just being like liquid metal.
Oh, for sure. The weird ones are like Baraka and Melina, where they're actually eating him. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know how that'd work. Yeah.
Just eating liquid metal.
Yep. But other than that, it's really cool. I know the actor who plays him was praising it, how cool it looked and whatnot.
That's awesome.
I forgot his name. I'm sorry, I'm messing that up.
Robert Patrick.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks for that.
You're welcome.
I was gonna ask Derek. He's usually my go-to. Todd beat you.
I wouldn't have had an answer for you.
Derek, you lost the crown. It's Todd now. Will I go for movie names now?
Never had a crown to begin with.
He's mad. I'm joking. But that's mainly what I had to talk about video games.
I would assume the same thing as any other character you do an X-ray move on, Brian.
Yeah.
But I think he's asking, like, do you see his insides being like bone and
Yeah, sometimes one of them is like they pull his intestines and he has like liquid metal intestines that come out. Yeah.
That's cool.
Some of the stuff someone said it just looks like a because like some people that post a lot of Mortal Kombat stuff will get their videos flagged for gore and stuff like that, even though it's like, come on, you know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when they do fatalities, they'll opt out to only do the fatalities on Reptile or some of the other characters that have like different colored blood. And they're like, when doing these fatalities on the T1000, it looks like just censored blood because it's just all silver chrome looking, you know?
Funny.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I was gonna bring up Monster Hunter more, but I mean, I'm sure I'll be nonstop talking about that here because you know, with the way they're rolling out content, very pleased. It's almost on a weekly basis, which I'm stoked about. I'm super happy about. So, but yes, absolutely loving the game. Super stoked. Whenever Todd does end up jumping into it, I'll be very happy to hear from that. Billy, guys, he did get an upgraded PC and he did get it again and he's jumping into it. And I was like, yeah.
That's
So
dope.
stoked to hear from him actually jumping in and playing it. So
Did he tell you that last night after we were done playing Baldur's Gate?
yeah. I pressed him. I was like, I was about to get off. I was like, actually, Billy, I was like, I got a question. I was like, you can't keep on ducking me when I'm asking this.
That's so funny.
And then he's like, nah. He's like, I ended up getting one, and I was like, sick.
That's dope.
But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm excited to see because a lot of people, some of the complaints have been that this game is a lot easier than the older games.
Who cares?
And I think the main issue of it being easier is it just the game makes more sense functionally because a lot of the move sets in the older titles like you had you locked into place when you're swinging or moving. This game, they add so many minor changes that just make sense. Like when I'm actually like charging up my hammer, there's like little steps my guy can take to get inch closer, or while I'm swinging, there's little steps I take to readjust myself. This way I'm not just locked into one area looking at the same spot and missing a bunch of my shots. It gives me time to readjust. And I know I've noticed that with the majority of the weapons. So the mobility of them is all gone up. They added new modes like offsetting and perfect clashes and perfect dodges to some of these weapons that weren't in the previous titles. That super sick. They feel fantastic, but because they feel fantastic and everything is melding together so properly, it makes the game semi easier. So, but they said that they'll be adding in a challenge at the beginning of April because there'll be the Title 1 update, which I'm very stoked for because they're adding things like the Gathering Hub, where in every Monster Hunter game, you'd go to the Gathering Hub to meet up with a bunch of random people or meet up with your friends. There's like little interactivity mini games you can do there with your friends and then also queue up for quests and whatnot. So, and it's usually they decorate it for the holidays. So I'm very stoked to see what this new Gathering Hub will look like, but we'll find out, I think within the first week or two of April. So aside from that, that's all. I want to keep on talking Monster Hunter like crazy because I will, like I said. So with that being said, we're moving to TVs, which is our last subject of the night. I'm just gonna go over a couple of things that have been happening. So here we are.
Speaking of TV, I forgot something else I've been watching is a whole shitload of wrestling.
Oh yeah, duh. You've been going hard.
Yeah, I watch that twice a week now.
Give us their background really quick. Like when did you start? Like when? Like we watched wrestling way back in the day, and then
so
when did it stop
yeah,
and when you're picking it back up.
So Adam and I used to watch it growing up all the time. Man, when did I stop? Maybe like 2000.
What era was that? Really?
2005.
When we were watching it. We watched it when it was WWF, like towards the end of WWF.
Even after WWF, we watched a little bit of.
Oh, so, yeah. I'm just saying when we started.
So there was, we started in the Attitude Era, and then it turned into the Ruthless Aggression Era, which is like the beginning of John Cena before he turned huge and everything. But I don't know, maybe like 2005 when I was like 14 is like when we fell off. So I haven't watched it since then. I've like kept tabs somewhat, seeing who's the big names here and there and everything. But the WWE recently got into a partnership with Netflix, and Monday Night Raw is now on Netflix every Monday, and they started that January of this year. So ever since then, I've been watching every Raw since then and every pay-per-view, because I also have Peacock, and Peacock does all the pay-per-views once a month. So I've just been super into that. I have YouTube TV, which you can record SmackDown on. So that's how I'm watching SmackDown. So I'm just, like I said, twice a week been watching every episode of WWE's wrestling.
Recatching up.
Huh?
And recatching up. Right?
So yeah, kind of recatching up with some things here and there, different storylines, because I'm not going back and watching every episode over the past 20 years that I haven't watched. But there are some stories and stuff. I did go super nerd with one storyline called The Bloodline. This whole thing with Roman Reigns. There was a 4-hour long YouTube video on WWE's channel covering that entire storyline, and I watched the whole thing because I was interested in that storyline. So yeah, 4 hours watching stuff that happened over the past 5 years that I have completely missed. But yeah, they have a lot of stuff on the WWE channel on YouTube that you can go back and watch. But one of the funnier things that has happened recently was John Cena recently took a heel turn, which is only a big deal because he hasn't been a bad guy in 20 years. Yeah, like he was a bad guy for a very small period of time when he first started. But he's a bad guy.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. So
when he was a good guy, he said that one.
So he's a bad guy now. I'm not going to go super into that, but there's this funny thing that happened where he had this speech as to why he turned bad, and there's this one kid in the stadium who's decked out in John Cena gear, and he even yells, he's like, "We love you, John," or some shit like that. And John Cena's talking shit about all the fans. He's like, "You're all toxic people, especially that one kid right there." And it pans over to this kid, and he's just like shocked that he got singled out by his hero for being a piece of shit. Oh man, it's so funny. That kid's life is like, what? This John Cena, why is he being mean?
Went home and ripped off all those posters off his wall.
Hilarious, dude.
I can't see you.
He even brought up that joke. He was like, everyone is fixated on this stupid invisible joke that's been going on too long. And it was hilarious because we know that, obviously this is all fake, but it's even harder to be believable because he like comes off as such a nice guy, and he talks about how he loves that joke still goes on all these years later, and then for him to be like, "Oh, I'm a bad guy now, let me talk shit about it," it's not believable. So it's even funnier.
Yep.
So yeah, that was my quick little wrestling thing. Been watching that. That's like because we're in TV shows. So
Yeah, brief things we talk about. I don't think anybody here has watched it. I know I've slacked on it. I've only seen the first season. I know season 2 and now season 3 just wrapped up for Invincible. And actually had a big
I've only seen the first season.
There was a controversy around season 3 just because I guess IGN gave it an abysmal score, and everyone's saying it was like one of the best seasons.
Mhm.
The only issue I have seen with Invincible is like a lot of people have been like guarding its animation. I do think the animation should look better, but I'm not gonna be like why. I just think because now in this day and age when we have things like anime that like are so crisp and like frame by frame goes so hard, it's unexcusable when you have something that can like a comic book or very action focused animation that skips on frames, or like when you're hitting at something, things are just sliding and it looks sloppy. And
the other thing with that is that it's on Amazon Prime, and Amazon is nothing but a buttload of money to be able to do anything and everything. So why wouldn't their animation be the crispiest that it could be?
I think every Western animation studio that's doing like an action focused story or whatnot should actually take notes and try to be as good as anime.
All the best people that make that stuff all work for anime stuff, though.
That's true. That is true. But
they're all too busy. You can't have Mappa doing Invincible.
Or you could. That shit would go so hard, though.
They're so overworked as it is.
You're doing Invincible now. Oh. Oh, I was gonna make some dark jokes, but we won't go there. All right. But aside from that, I do still want to check it out because I'm like excited. Like I'll see parts of the story. I'm like, damn, I actually want to watch that. So it's definitely on my list. I need to get caught up. Speaking of getting caught up, One Piece's dub after 18 years has finally caught up to the sub because the sub has been on the hiatus. And that comes back in April.
They're on the same episode?
Yep. They're caught up. So you can watch all of One Piece dub caught up to the sub, which I'm actually
nice.
I'm excited for, because I'm like, dude, I would be, if they can keep up with it constantly, I would be more inclined to watch the dub, because I love the sub voices, I love the dub voices, but I do love the dub voices slightly more. There's more characters I vibe with on the dub voice side. Todd, get out of here.
I'm agreeing with you.
You don't know I mean, like as far as dub voices, yes, but you don't know the One Piece dub over sub. Not One Piece.
One Piece dub voices. There is one character that has a good voice in the dub, and the fucking goat, dude. Who do you think?
Zoro.
Yeah,
that's great.
That
Robin's
guy is
voice
the goat.
Better
than Zoro's.
What's up? No, Robin's voice is better. Her dub voice is better than the sub voice.
Fuck out of here.
Yuffie or
I wanna live.
Yes, that part went so hard.
Fucking old lady, get out of here.
You're so trolling right now. The one I will give Chopper though. I'll take sub Chopper over any anime purist over here, Derek.
You're fucking A right. Not anime purist, One Piece purist.
He's a sub purist.
That's why everything here is One Piece. For the most part.
Isn't that right, Brooke? Brooks dub voice. I go for Brooks dub voice.
That's
Yo!
crazy. His sub. You just did his sub voice.
That was his dub voice.
You're stupid.
Now, I like Frankie's too. Mad respect to Frankie's sub, and that he went out like a baller too. You know, he retiring.
Face.
But yeah,
no way.
Frankie's dub makes more sense as far as being a manly man versus a super. Like I love it, love it. I just think it makes more sense the dub.
That's dumb. In a world where there's Fishman and Fishman karate, and you're looking for what makes sense, get out of my face.
My ears, yeah, with the characters presented, absolutely.
Go away. Move on. You lost this 10.
Law's voice is better too.
Ago. Isn't it Levi? Captain Levi?
So yeah. If it's that one dude from Critical Role, then yeah. All right. Aside from One Piece, Solo Leveling season 2, we did slightly bring it up earlier, but it's causing such an uproar because it broke a record on Crunchyroll for the most liked anime, surpassing One Piece. So that was actually pretty huge. granted, you know, you're getting a lot more people getting into anime, so you're gonna start to see stuff like trends like this, obviously, for like bigger hitting anime and more up and coming anime. So I'm sure it won't hold that title for long, because there'll be something new that comes up and kind of bunks it, even if it's a year or so
And
later.
One Piece is on a hiatus.
Well, I don't think that's the issue. I think more or less
It
it's
is.
just you also have to, as an anime fan, put so much extra time into, like, say you're a new anime fan, you could easily jump into Solo Leveling. You can't easily just jump into One Piece. So it'll work itself out. I do, you know, but at the same time, mad props to it.
That sounds like a Todd problem.
And then finally,
I'm
so
chilling.
we
I'm
can wrap this
talking
up,
shit,
though.
dude.
As far as TV shows go, is Daredevil, which I think we've all failed the stream here because I don't think any of us has watched any of Daredevil.
Yeah, I am going to be watching it. I'm gonna.
It's out.
Yeah, I'm gonna be caught up with it by next
Was
week.
it 3 episodes? Because they're doing it weekly. I think it
they're
dropped first 2.
It's episodically, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll be caught up with it by next week to talk about it. If you
Same.
guys are gonna have it.
I'll do the same. I could at least do that, right?
It's on Disney.
Yep.
I
But with that being said,
I'm
fellas,
very excited to start that up.
yeah, that one's looking really good too. Everything I see from it, even the little clips and whatnot. I actually haven't seen too many, which is good. But from what
I
I've
haven't
seen
seen
and what
any,
I've heard, everyone's
but-
loving it. So
Yeah. I need all
with that being said, we'll wrap things up here, guys, and we'll get on with our lives and let you guys get on with yours.
Thanks for
So,
tuning in. We
Absolutely.
love you all.
Thank you guys again. Sorry for the hiatus. We'll let
Thanks,
you know
Brian.
if anything else I'll do a better job, like just in case we do face another hiatus like this. I'll
Do a better
post
job.
online, make sure that I was caught up with Monster Hunter, so that's on me.
I also
You
wanted to
want-
apologize for the time we missed too. One of those weeks I was pretty sick and I couldn't be here to record. I know that they played Split Fiction in that time.
Right.
but
So
yeah.
absolutely stay tuned in. We'll let you know. We'll cue in on when we could fit in more episodes or more little clips of us playing different games. Like Todd and I definitely plan on finishing Split Fiction. That one's going to be kind of weird on when it will be dropped. It's going to be kind of more or less when our scheduling kind of works and fits together. But things like Baldur's Gate 3, stay tuned for that on every Wednesday unless something else happens. Can also queue up something else just in case, because I'm sure at least two out of 3 of us can be available to play something.
Mhm.
But with that being said, we'll get more on a better schedule, get more out there. So stay tuned for more of our beautiful and lovely faces. And we look forward to interacting more with you all and hearing from you all. So thank you again for your time. Thank you again, Brian, for staying tuned and hitting us up in the comments. We appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you checking out the channel and hanging out with us. It's always cool to actually be able to interact with people in the chat, and it's huge for us. So we can't thank you enough for that. And thank you for the music recommendations. We will hit you guys back up next week. If you guys have seen this after we have recorded it, still feel free to jump into the comments. If you have a song you'd like us to check up, I'll make sure that it gets added into the repertoire of music we have to listen to. And we'll get back to you guys, but we would love to see your beautiful faces as far as the podcast goes on next week, Thursday. And hopefully if you catch us sooner on one of the other streams, we'd love to hear from you. So with that being said, you guys have a wonderful night. Take it easy and peace out.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.